Hey everyone, 1 year ago today, Spider-Man Miles Morales released on the PS4 and PS5, so today I wanted to take a look back at the game and share my thoughts after playing for an entire year. Let's get into it. The game opens up with Miles getting the call to action from Peter. He quickly suits up and is ready to go. This opening sequence gets me so hyped when the music starts to swell right before you swing as Miles for the first time. It is so exhilarating. If I was trying to sell someone on this game, I'd straight up just show them this. An amazing start to an amazing game. Gameplay is the most important part for a Spider-Man game, and the gameplay here is stellar. It's one of the reasons I'm still playing a year later. Swinging is just pure, unadulterated fun, and I end up swinging for hours at a time in this game. Swinging in this game is so relaxing, and I can't get enough of it. Even after a year, I still love the movement. Miles is fast, is able to do cool tricks, and it just never gets old for me. It's why I have almost 500 hours in this game. Swinging is so important to Spider-Man, so I'm very happy that Insomniac absolutely nailed this aspect of the game. I didn't think it could get much better than 2018 Spider-Man, but I was proven wrong. Combat is all around a great time. It's easy to learn but difficult to master. Fighting as Spider-Man is fun and it makes you feel insanely powerful. Now that we have Venom abilities and invisibility, the possibilities are opened up to even more combat opportunities, especially since you can upgrade all of your skills and do even more damage and be a more effective Spider-Man. Miles does have considerably less gadgets than Peter, but I never miss out on having a ton of them. The way you can weave between attacking, dodging, and using gadgets is basically flawless, and I never got bored destroying some baddies. Boss fights are filled with loads of fun and excitement. The fights are amazing, just like 2018's game. Combat-wise, they're highlights of the game. I would have liked to see more than just Rhino and Finn and one tiny fight with the Prowler, but I think the Prowler could have had a bigger role with a few fights scattered throughout the game. The final fight with Finn though is just amazing. The combat, the music, the atmosphere, I loved it. Side content in Miles Morales is fine. It's not anything revolutionary, but it's fun. Enemy bases are always a good challenge, and it's a great way to practice combat skills. The traversal, combat, and stealth challenges are also pretty fun since they involve the core mechanics of the game. What really makes side content in this game shine is the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man app. You can handpick what crimes you want to do if you have a sudden itch for some action. The Activities tab includes some short but engaging side missions. My favorites are Lost Cat, where you help a man get his cat back, and the cat actually rides in your backpack with you. And Can I Get a Photo, where a fan wants to take a photo with you but a nearby building's pipes explode. Spider-Man Miles Morales looks absolutely gorgeous on the PS5. A year later and I'm still in awe about how awesome the game looks. There are 3 graphics modes that you can play on. Fidelity for those who want the best looking experience but at a lower frame rate. Performance mode, which is lower fidelity but a smoother frame rate. Or you can do my favorite, Performance RT, a nice compromise between fidelity and performance mode. This game is great for those who love photo mode because it is just so amazing to look at. I've taken some pretty awesome shots in this game and it's fun to get the perfect picture. I'm so excited to see how they level up the visuals for Spider-Man 2. Speaking of absolutely gorgeous, don't even get me started on the suits. Miles Morales has some of the best looking suits out of the 2 Insomniac Spider-Man games. For the most part, they all looked amazing except for a stinker or two. I never really cared for many of the suits in Spider-Man PS4, but the ones in Miles Morales are absolutely beautiful. My top 3 are the winter suit, the sportswear suit, and the Into the Spider-Verse suit. The music, oh boy, the music. I loved listening to the soundtrack while playing, and I love it so much that I actually have it on my YouTube playlist and I listen to it all the time. It has that epic orchestral feel at times, and at other times it's more hip-hop. Sometimes it's a mix between the two. I'm gonna link my Miles Morales playlist in the description if y'all want to check that out. None of the music is grating or annoying, even after hearing it for hundreds of hours. That's how well it's made and been implemented into the game. The music makes casual swinging a complete experience, and it also brings a lot of emotion and weight to the most important story beats and epic boss battles. Beautiful work, John.
I can't let you stop me.
The story in Miles Morales is pretty good. I enjoyed it overall. It has just as much heart as the 2018 game, and I was so excited to see Miles take center stage. But the length of the game really hurts the story. The game just needed to be longer to fully flesh out the ideas and the motifs of the story. You can beat the entire game in 3 hours, which is extremely short. There's a few places where the length of the story hurts the narrative. First, immediately after the bridge gets destroyed, Miles gets a montage and makes a new suit, and everything's just all better now. I wanted to see more of him struggling to come to terms with what happened at the bridge, and him realizing that his best friend is basically a supervillain. Finn's descent into villainy and her hatred of Miles happened way too quickly to be believable. Finn is just mad at Miles for lying, and she won't listen to Miles, which ends up costing her her life in the end, which is just super unnecessary. If the story had more room to breathe, I think Finn's motivations and conflict with Miles could have been constructed to be more believable and more enjoyable. Despite all that, the story does have its great moments, and I really did care about the characters and what was going to happen. I enjoyed seeing Miles step up, and I think he's really good in this game. Also, the scenes with Peter are outstanding, and the chemistry between them is great. I hope that Miles gets a more fleshed out story in Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man Miles Morales has had a huge impact on me. The game has meant more to me than I would have ever imagined. As a person of color, it is awesome to see someone who looked like me take center stage in a game and be the hero. I love Peter and I relate to him a lot, and I can relate to Miles on a different level that I didn't know how much I'd appreciate. Miles Morales made me an even bigger Spider-Man fan and motivated me to start creating videos again. And thanks to the game, my channel has had a lot of success. This game honestly helped bring back my creativity and desire to make videos. I want to be more like Miles, someone who never gives up and always tries to do the right thing. He's had some terrible stuff happen to him, but he always gets back up. Finn asks him, "Why do you keep fighting?" And he says, "Because I'm Spider-Man." I love that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe and check out this playlist of other Spider-Man videos I've made. Have a good one.